I'm sorry, you guys. No full week of grocery hauls this month. It was just too much. I couldn't do it. Hey guys, Kiri here from 50 Shades of Mom, tips for all shades of mom life. And in today's video, I am back to share with you my weekly grocery haul and meal plan that I share every Monday here on the channel. Now, if you guys are new, probably for the past 3 or 4 months or so, I've been planning all of our meals for the entire month, making one big large grocery list and then going to all the stores that we needed and trying to set ourselves up for the month so that we didn't really have to go back out for the rest of it. But that really hasn't been working for our family, and to be honest, you guys, this month that seemed like such a daunting task. We're in the middle of still moving rooms and settling everybody into their permanent spaces since we decided to stay here for a little while longer. We're starting homeschool next week, so we're setting up our homeschool room. It has just been pure craziness and chaos. I'm working on a couple of projects that are also absorbing my time, so I really just couldn't fathom sitting down and making the entire list and all those grocery lists. It just didn't seem like it was going to be worth my time and effort, as well as we've been hitting some speed bumps because sometimes I'll buy something at the beginning of the month and I'm expecting it to last all the way to the end of the month for a specific meal, and that's not happening, and then we have to go out anyway. So I decided this month I'm going to do it in 2-week slots. Maybe next month I'll go back to the way I've been doing it, but for this month I just decided to do it in 2-week increments. I'll still go to the stores I always go to. I'm just going to break it up right now, and again, I think that'll be better for us because we'll get more fresh produce throughout the month, and I can make sure that I have everything for the meals going forward. So for what I have for you today is a Walmart haul and an H.E.B haul. I spent $260 between both stores, and again, that should be all that we need for the next 2 weeks besides one box store, which you guys will see later on towards the end of the week. But for now, I'm going to bring you down to the counter. I'll show you what I got at Walmart, what I got at H.E.B, and then we'll get into this week's meal plan. Okay, you guys, so here is a quick overview of what I got at Walmart and at H.E.B for $260, which I think is pretty good considering my counters are stock full. I'm going to start over here with my little produce section. So I got a bag of white onions. I needed that for some recipes. I got 2 things of these Constellation tomatoes. It was actually a substitution. I got 1 large tray of the Wild Wonder tomatoes. They're very similar to these different colored cherry tomatoes. I usually get the big container from like Sam's or Costco, but I put the big container in my cart at Walmart and they didn't have it. So they just gave me these 2, which is perfectly fine. They will not go to waste. We love those kinds of tomatoes. Another substitution were these vine ripe tomatoes. I did put the Campari tomatoes in my cart and they didn't have them, so they just gave me the vine ripe, which is fine. We just need them for sandwiches and salads. Those are more for snacking. Just got 1 head of fresh broccoli for snacking and lunches, and then 1 big giant watermelon. Got 1 grapefruit. I need that for a recipe. Got 2 cucumbers. A bag of frozen broccoli, got a thing of mushrooms. We're making a big batch of marsala, which sounds so delicious. Got a thing of organic bananas, but I already pulled the little string off that goes around it and ripped off a banana. You can see right there. My boy was craving some fruit, and as soon as I came in with the groceries, he already wanted a banana. So I tossed Mason a banana already. And then speaking of Mason, you know that if I'm doing a 2-week grocery haul, I definitely need to order my boy some apples. So I got a 3-pound bag of the organic Gala apples. Just 2 things of creamer this time. We got the white chocolate raspberry. You guys were so spot on with this flavor. The last time I got it, I had so many comments saying that this was your favorite or you absolutely love this one, and it really is so good, and it goes with so many of those flavored coffee pods that we get off of Amazon. So we got that one, and then we got the toasted marshmallow that also goes really well with a bunch of those flavors. So just pick those 2 up. We have tons of other flavors, so I'll last us more than enough for the next 2 weeks. Got a can of water chestnuts. I need that for our homemade Chinese takeout night. Got 2 things of the jumbo biscuits. This is actually for a food hack. And then 1 large thing of this refrigerated pizza crust. That's for Daryl to make his next food for dudes. And then back here, you guys, this is Aunt Jemima syrup, but it's Captain Crunch's Ocean Blue maple flavored syrup. It kind of sounds a little gross to me. If it tastes like the actual Crunch Berries, I happen to really love that cereal. That's my favorite cereal from growing up as a kid. So I'm thinking that this kind of would taste good. I don't know. I'm kind of weird about artificial colored kind of stuff like this, but when we were surfing the app, Paul saw this and said, oh my goodness, that looks delicious, and you put breakfast on the menu, please pick that up. So I picked this up more for the adults, and I just ordered from Thrive Market organic maple syrup for my little kids. So that's on its way. That's just something fun to tie us over. Got one thing of the Rico's cheddar cheese and then one thing of the condensed cream of chicken soup for a recipe. Got some blue cheese, need this to make some dressing, and then I got sliced sharp cheddar cheese for sandwiches, burgers, recipes, things like that. Got one thing of our Tropicana orange juice and 2 gallons of 2% milk. Got one thing of heavy whipping cream. I use that for recipes, along with 1 quart of buttermilk. We use that to make our homemade ranch dressing. And then before I trip over this giant bucket right here, I'll just share with you guys what I have here on the floor. So this, I'm not sure exactly what happened. I checked, I did not put children's hangers in my cart. I put adult hangers in my cart. Paul needed them, but they gave me children's hangers. So win some, lose some, not a big deal. I'm gonna see if the kids have any larger hangers that I can swap their stuff out for and give those to him. Otherwise, I'm gonna need to pick up some larger hangers for him. He needed that since we moved him into the kids' room. Now he has a big closet, so he wanted to hang up some more of his clothes. But little snafu with the hangers, but we'll work that out. And then I ordered these 2 under the bed boxes. I think they were super cheap, like $6 or something. And I think these are going to work out really well under the kids' bed. Now that we moved them out into the game room and they lost the closet, I need a little bit of extra storage space. But we did put their bed on the bed frame, and their bed is super high, so there's tons of room underneath the bed. And so I think these are going to work out perfect. So I picked out 2 of those. And then of course, every single month we go ahead and get one of the pure water filters. It actually works out the same price to buy the larger pack. You don't save any money, so I just buy one a month as opposed to keeping all the other ones on hand. And then until I can go to Sam's Club at the end of the week, I just got 2 gallons of spring water for the coffee pot. Back up here in our little bread section, I did get a thing of the Great Value medium-sized soft taco flour tortillas. I'm going to use these to make chicken roll-ups. And then I got 2 things of these brioche bread. Okay, the brioche bread here is so expensive. It's $4 for this loaf. This is when I really miss Aldi, because Aldi would be so much cheaper and their brioche bread is just as good. But that's kind of what that French toast crunch is right next door. So if you guys saw my food hack from last month, I did a breakfast food hack, and I did one where we actually used Frosted Flakes as a coating to make French toast. My family absolutely loved it, but you guys in the comments suggested Captain Crunch. So this past month, I did Captain Crunch instead on the French toast, and my family, they couldn't handle it. It was just so, so good. So then I came up with the idea this time, since I used French toast to make Monte Cristos, that I wanted to make that super crunchy cereal coated French toast, but use that to make Monte Cristos. How amazing does that sound? So we've already done the Frosted Flakes, and we've already done the Captain Crunch, and so I was like, what if we try Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Since I make my French toast cinnamon flavored anyways, I was like, why don't we try Cinnamon Toast Crunch this time and make the crunchy French toast and use that for the Monte Cristos. And then when I was going through, I saw that they have a French Toast Crunch. We've never gotten this before, but I just went ahead and got the family size because it was only $3, and so I'm gonna go ahead and crush that up and use that as a coating on the brioche bread to make crunchy French toast and then turn that into a Monte Cristo. I can't even take it. It just sounds amazing. I am so looking forward to that dish. So that'll be coming up really soon. And then I did order 2 of these everything loaf breads, but they only had 1. So I'm now down a whole for a sandwich. So I'm gonna have to come up with something else, but I did get the just loaf of everything bread for a steak sandwich. We have that coming up on the menu for this coming up week. 2 meals for Jake, one of the Main Street Kitchen mac and cheese. This is the cheddar cheese with bacon. They actually have these in the Dollar Tree, but they're $1, and on the Walmart app they're 96 cents. So grabbed him one of those, and then I surprised him with one of the country fried chicken mega bowls. This is his favorite, and I haven't gotten him any kind of meals like this in a long time. So I went ahead and got him that. And then this was another substitution. I just ordered a Great Value 2-pound bag of the jumbo peeled and deveined with tail on shrimp. Daryl needs this for a food for dudes, and it was the only large already peeled and deveined but raw shrimp they had on the app, but they were out of it. So they substituted me 2 jumbo bags. Like, we don't even need all this. So I will have shrimp for days, and now I'll have to write something in for the next set of meal plans with some shrimp because I have tons of it. Even though Hubs doesn't eat seafood, I love shrimp, Jake loves shrimp, Paul loves shrimp, and sometimes the kids will eat it. So I'm gonna put something on the menu for us, but otherwise we're sharing a food for dudes that has some shrimp in it next time. So that's what that's for. Of course, I got a thing of the Gordon's beer battered fish. This is just great for a lunch. There's 10 pieces. It feeds everybody. So got that. And then look at the size of these Checkers fries. It was $3 and change for the smaller bag or $4 and change for the bigger bag. So this will be great for 2 meals, but just for price, it just made sense to get the bigger one. So I got that. But then I also got one 2-pound bag of the seasoned shredded tater tots. And then I got one of the Great Value shredded hash browns. I need this for a food hack, and that's for a recipe, and that's just for a side dish. Got 3 things of pasta. I got 1 thing of bow ties, which I'm going to use as noodles. And then I got 1 thing for ziti. My husband said he's craving bolognese. So I'm going to make some bolognese and put it over some ziti. And then I got 1 thing of penne for penne alla vodka. Back here, I got 1 thing of chicken broth and 1 thing of beef broth. Need that for some recipes. Got a thing of chicken wings. Daryl needs this for a food for dudes. It's actually an appetizer themed food for dudes, which I thought would be great. We're still not sure if football is going to go on, but we're big football people in the house, and we do big appetizer themed Sundays every Sunday during football season. So if there is football, then we'll have a bunch of these food for dude apps to have on a Sunday. So I'm excited about that. So I picked up the chicken wings for that. Got a thing of onion soup mix. Needed that for a recipe. Of course, our Hershey's Simple 5 syrup for the kiddos. Back here is a thing of Imperial sugar. It's a 4-pound bag. That's for Paul and his really super sweet tea that he makes. Speaking of the really super sweet tea, I picked him up these Lipton cold brew, no boiling, easy to make iced tea bags. So he is going to love this because he usually sticks it outside in the sun and like waits for it to brew, but these are going to be awesome because they're cold brew. So you don't need to stick it outside, doesn't need to be hot. You literally just stick it in cold water and it makes your tea. So I got him that, and then he wanted a big glass jug, and this is the only one that I can find that was the best price. I want to say, you guys, that this was like $13 or $12 or something. It is huge. It is 2 gallons. It has a little nifty little handle here, and then it has one of the, you know, kind of lids that pop open, and then way down there it has the pour spout, and it says cold drink on it, and it's a big glass container, and he wants to make the tea in that. Every once in a while I'll have a glass of tea. I'm not a huge fan, it's super sweet for me, but every once in a while, it's hot, it's the South, you just need a cold glass of sweet tea, right? I feel like I can taste the plastic because we're making it in like those regular plastic 2-quart containers, and I feel like after it sits for a while, I can taste the plastic, and that drives me crazy. So he said, you know what, let's get a glass container. I bet you the tea is going to be so much better in some kind of glass container. So we went ahead and got this for the price. I think it's great, and we'll just be able to keep it right in the fridge. It'll never move. You can just pour it with the pour spout. Love the idea. So hopefully that works out. Check us out on Instagram. I'll definitely post a picture when it's all set and ready and show you guys how it looks. And then I did get myself a bottle of the Stella Rosa pineapple. This is actually not the one that I wanted. Well, I like the pineapple better, but they were advertising on the app that the peach flavor was $8.98 on sale, which is a amazing price for Stella Rosa. Even in H.E.B, where they run deals and stuff, it's still $10, $11, and sometimes $12. So for $8.98, I thought that was was great, but womp womp, they were out of the peach. But they substituted me the pineapple. Hooray! Because I like this one better, and I got it for $8.98. So I will take that as a substitution win for sure. And then meat, you guys, I just got one of these 4.5-pound things of ground beef and then 2 things of chicken. That should be more than enough to get us through for the next 2 weeks. I do have some other meats that I need to get, but I'm going to get those at Sam's. I just want to pick those myself, and I don't want that to be something that I get on the pickup. And these I don't mind because these are pre-portioned containers. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't mind them grabbing these, but things like steak, I have pot roast on the menu coming up. I just don't want them to pick those out. So I'm going to look for that at Sam's Club. And then all we ran into H.E.B for was cold cuts. I really love Boar's Head. It's just a thing. I'm from up north where Boar's Head is like the top of the line cold cuts. I say cold cuts. I know a lot of people say sandwich meat. Up north we say cold cuts, but that happens to just be my favorite brand. That's what my parents always bought. And when we moved off of Long Island and we moved to South Carolina, nobody sold a Boar's Head anywhere until Publix came into our town. So as soon as Publix came into our town and I saw they sold Boar's Head, I was through the roof excited. And then we went ahead and moved to Texas, and not a lot of places sell Boar's Head here. The only place I could find is H.E.B. So we went to H.E.B to get our cold cuts, and there I got some prosciutto. We need this for penne alla vodka and for marsala, so we picked that up. Got a thing of Swiss cheese. We needed that for the Monte Cristos. Got 1 pound of white American cheese. We use this for sandwiches. And then we got 1 pound of ham and 1 pound of turkey. That's also for the Monte Cristos. And then anything left over we'll just use for sandwich meat. And then last but not least, Paul did get himself one of these door mirrors. It actually says it's supposed to be an over the door mirror, but they did not give us any of the hooks to put over the door, which is fine because he didn't want to put it over the door anyways. He was just going to go ahead and hang it on the wall. But it's a full length mirror, and this, you guys, was $6. So I think that's pretty darn good. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little on the flimsy side. It's not the best mirror, but it's a mirror, and he just wanted a mirror for his room, and this was the best thing that we can get. And I thought that was pretty awesome that we were able to get this on the app and he didn't have to go in store to get that. I mean, we ended up messing up the hangers because we didn't go in store, but like I said, you win some, you lose some. We were able to get everything else that we needed on the app. So that, you guys, was it for my grocery haul from Walmart, from H.E.B. Now let's get into the meal plan. Okay guys, so here is the meal plan for Monday, August the 10th through Sunday, August the 16th. And this is the last week before our homeschool week starts. And yet I took on somewhat of a complicated meal plan, but it's all good. We're gonna get through it. I got this. So today for Monday, we are gonna do Swedish meatballs. I have a cooking video for that, so I'll link it up above if you guys want to check it out. And we're just gonna use that bow tie pasta as some noodles, and I'm gonna do some glazed carrots. Tomorrow we're going to do chicken roll-ups. I also have a cooking video for that, so I'll link that down in the description box for you. And we're just going to do that with Tex-Mex rice. And I think I'm going to make a double batch of that and freeze it because we're doing a quesadilla bar for Taco Tuesday next week. And I would have just put some kind of Tex-Mex rice on the side anyway. So I think I'll double it up tomorrow and then make it easier for myself for next week, especially since, like I said, next week we're back to school. So that's what we're doing for tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, I'm hoping to score a pot roast at Sam's. So I'm going to Sam's in the morning tomorrow, and you guys will see that video later on in the week. But I'm hoping to score a pot roast. That was one of the things that I didn't want to have them pick. I wanted to pick, so hopefully I'll be able to find one because that's what's on the meal plan for Wednesday, along with some mashed potatoes and green beans. Oops, little sticker. Okay. And then on Thursday, I can't wait any longer. I'm going to do that Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Monte Cristos, brioche bread, fabulousness. I can't wait any longer, and I don't want the cold cuts to go bad either. So that's what we're going to do on Thursday, along with some of those Checkers fries. Friday is penne alla vodka. I don't want that prosciutto to go bad either. I am going to freeze the other half of it, but I want to use some of the fresh stuff for Friday's dinner, and then we'll do that with some salad and some garlic knots. I still have some of those little croissants that I get from the Dollar Tree. And then on Saturday, we're gonna do the crunchy orange pork chops. So I made some crazy double extra crunchy pork chops that I shared with you guys in my last What's for Dinner. And I did that with like a soy-based sweet sauce. At least that was the recipe that I found on Pinterest. But if you guys remember, back in March, I did a series of freezer meals with Vanessa. One week we did crock pot, another week we did pressure cooker, and then another week we did oven. And one week that we did oven, I made these orange marmalade pork chops, and my whole family loved them. And I had made two, one for that night and one that we froze. Both times that we had it, we loved it. So I decided to do the crunchy pork chop that we had last month, but with that orange marmalade glaze from back then when I made it. And I think that's going to be amazing. So that's what we're going to do on Saturday with roasted potatoes and veggies. And then on Sunday, Daryl's going to go ahead and cook that new food for dudes. Again, I don't know if we're going to have any kind of football coming up. I'm not really so sure, but it's the night before the first day of school. Like, I put the tomorrow sticker there because tomorrow, that day will be a crazy day, just kind of last minute tying everything up for the next day, having a smooth transition into a good week of school. So at least I can hand the dinner baton over to him and let him do it. And it's pretty simple. It's some shrimp and wings and a barbecue stromboli. It's 3 separate recipes out of that book that he's going to share with you guys. So I'm really excited. And again, he'll be able to take the reins. If you guys missed yesterday's video, I posted the last Food for Dudes, and Daryl did an amazing job of someone who just started to kind of divulge into the whole video himself, cameraman kind of thing. So if you guys missed it, make sure you check out that. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I do share a grocery haul every Monday here on the channel. I love you guys all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.